Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. So glad to have you here, and we're going to do something a little unorthodox today. Not so unorthodox because of the upcoming skirmish season. I'm talking, of course, about playing a little bit of Living Legend. As if some of you were following the action in Amsterdam this last weekend, you might know that there was a Battle Hardened that was the Living Legend format. Back in March, we had a Living Legend Battle Hardened as well at PTLA. But upcoming towards the end of August, bleeding into September is the next month after August. We'll be having Skirmish Season 9, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to have both Blitz and Living Legend skirmish events. So I'm really looking forward to this because the legitimizing of the Living Legend format is a really exciting thing, I think, for Flesh and Blood. I mean, you look at other games like Magic that has several different formats in the form of Legacy, Modern, etc., as the card pool kind of expands over the course of many, many years. I think this is only a good step forward for the game, and I'm really excited to delve into it. There are a couple heroes in this format that I sorely miss, and I'm really excited to play once again, namely my fair Lexi, and also Chain Bound by Shadow, which, really quick story time, when I got into the game, it was at the tail end of Everfest, and I naturally pulled a Carrion Husk. I was super excited to play Chain. I looked him up on the Living Legend leaderboard, and I believe he was 4 or 5 points away from ascending. So I never really got the chance. I'm excited to take that opportunity here, and see if I have the chops. I don't know. It's going to be a fun stream. It's going to be only semi-serious, as I most often am, and I hope you enjoy it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's take a look here. I've got Michael Fang's Battle Hardened list from PTLA. I'm also tinkering around with Brody Spurlock's Lexi list from that same Battle Hardened, where he and Michael Fang faced off in the finals. I believe Michael ended up taking it. For those of you that are familiar with Chain, this might not look too crazy. The thing that stands out most to me as a layman Chain player is that we are only running the blues and yellows of this card, Seeds of Agony, which a lot of lists that I tinkered around with previously and kind of just for fun were running a full rainbow of this card. This card was banned even before I got into the game, so even if I wanted to play Chain, I wouldn't have been able to play this card at the time that I entered the game, because it enables some really stupid things, mainly in conjunction with this card, Riftbind. Basically just being able to play a ton of free non-attack actions from your banish zone to enable a massive buff on Riftbind, which it kind of just gets naturally based on the number of non-attacks you've played, and also being able to very easily enable this card, Eclipse, which of course generates us this beautiful Ursa the Soul Reaper token. Honestly, it was this Eclipse card and watching Pablo Pintor that really made me want to play this deck and made it seem like such a freaking blast. Of course, you have your Belittle Minnowism combo, one of the most broken combos in the game and rightfully banned, which basically just breaks the core tenets of the game. You get to play Belittle, reveal something with power 3 or less base, namely one of your rainbow bounding demigons, and then go fetch either a resource card or a buff card if your hand permits it. We've also got a couple other banned cards, Plunder Run being one. If you haven't seen this card, I don't blame you. This has been banned for in Classic Constructed for as long as I've been in the game. And I think I've been in for longer than most at this point, which is a weird thing to say because I felt like I was getting into the game so late when I started. Plunder Run says, the next time an attack action card you control hits this turn, draw a card. Keyword, this turn. It persists even after the attack you play right after it. If Plunder Run is played from Arsenal, the next attack action card you play this turn gains +3. Super powerful card. I'm excited to tango with it. So let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's get into some games. I'm over here spectating a Vincent game. Nuts to that. Let's go for it. Let's challenge a Lexi. Why not? Let's get some disruption going nice and early. Balance of Justice seems to make sense. Carrion Husk seems to make sense. Yeah, I don't hate any of this. This, however, is going to be a bit of a slog. I wonder if seeds are bad in this matchup. I definitely don't need a time snap potion. I feel like I don't need that yellow lead the charge. I will definitely want the little Minnowism combo to deal with ice. Plunder Runs might not be as good. What do I got? 63 cards? I guess I kind of want to fat deck a little bit as Chain, because I'm going to be banishing a ton. CNCs are a must against any ranger. Yeah, what the heck? Let's go for it. Let's go 66 cards. Yeah, let's go 66 cards. I'll add the yellow back in just to deal with Frostbites. Yeah, start with 7 extra cards. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to go in here with very little information and hope it works out for me. This is a bad hand, except for the fact that I'm going to be able to Arsenal and Art of War at the end of it. So I might just want to make sure... Ooh, I definitely want to get one of these Minnowisms back into my deck. So I'm just going to create a Rune Chant token. I don't really have the opportunity to overpitch here, which is a bit of a bummer. So I might just have to get rid of one of these Minnowisms, hold back a blue. I'm gonna just pass priority here and make the Lexi in question decide whether or not to load at instant speed. Hopefully telegraphing that I have a CNC. He's not going to take the bait. That's fine. Just Lexi things. So I guess I will... Yeah, I guess I'll swing the Rosetta. Maybe a mistake letting him filter more, but that's one of those things that you can't really know. Got ourselves a pretty interesting hand here in the form of Belittle. We're pretty blue flooded, that being said. The downside to this hand is we can't use our Art of War optimally because we don't have an attack in our hand that has Blood Debt or can be played from banished. Ugh. The other downside here is that we really want to block with this Shrill of Skull form. But if we do, we don't have anything for the Belittle. I think we're just going to give him 2 cards here. This is not what I want to be doing as Chain, obviously. But my turn kind of suck-a-doodles. Honestly, I think I'm just blocking out here. It is what it is. It feels bad to give up a Belittle. Do we have to refresh? Feels bad to give up a Belittle combo that's in hand. But when I'm trading it in just for 3 more damage on a turn that's already pretty lackluster, I think it's okay. Infecting shots are just too efficient. You know? Is this messed up a little bit? This is messed up a little bit. And then, where's my YouTube chat? Yeah, we're chilling. There we go, that's a little bit better. Getting our armor value while we can. There's an argument for having created a soul shackle at the beginning of my last turn. Wouldn't have led to anything, but I'll do it now. There we go. Now we've got ourselves a Shadow Averser. Ooh, and our opponent's using a 3 of a kind. If he's just presenting damage here, I might be okay with it. Because now I've got a good banish target for Art of War. I also have a belittle target. Yeah, dude. Let's do some chain stuff. I guess I'd rather this be happening... Hello, Shadow Puppetry. I'd rather this be happening when I have several shackles online. Oh, this is great for us. So he's presenting several Bolton shots. We don't have any Rain Razors online. I think this is going to end up being an IP penalty for our opponent. Drew himself into a Codex. Sadga. Is this a Husk moment? I kind of don't think so. I think we're just going to accept damage. Yeah, I think this is all right. Oh, what the F, David Blaine? Well, I'm glad we didn't use our Carrion Husk because we're going to have to use it on this Sleep Dart here. Quiver of Rustling Leaves being the most amazing get-out-of-jail-free card when you haven't drawn well on your 3 of a kind. Really glad we didn't use that Husk for the Infecting Shot because that could have really made our turn doo-doo. Hey, look, we found a Seeds. That's cool. What do I need here? I really need to know what I'm going to draw off this Art of War. Is what I need to know. Breaking the chain here doesn't matter too much, so I might hold back my chain hero ability to see if I'll actually need it a little later. And besides, there might be a world where I draw extra blues and I want to grasp the Arc Knight. So yeah, let's kick it off with Ye Olde Belittle. Oh, that's funny. This is showing up as a Minnowism? That's really odd. Oh, I understand what's happening. Whoops. I already chose that. I should probably be smart and just take the blue. So Shadow Puppetry here is cool because it gets us out of jail if I am not able to find a card that I want to banish with Shadow Averser. Yep, we're going to react here. Banish, buff. Choosing, of course, to banish Shadow Averser. Hello, darlings. Holy. This turn is going wide. Oh, boy, chain is fun. Holy. Okay. Okay. So... I'm going to use the shadow puppetry on Shadow of Ursa, I guess. But Shadow of Ursa's already going to have go again. Let's go Minnowism here. Minnowism would make this a 5. 5's pretty good. No, it makes it a 6 with Art of War. So yeah, let's just go here. Let's get this go again out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. You know what? I think I want to hold the Seeds of Agony, actually. Yeah, I'll take 1 to Blood Debt, but it's nice to just have a non-attack to turn on all of your other stuff. Okay, yeah. Let's go here. Let's banish the Bounding Demigon, because Ghostly Visit does not get buffed by being played from the Banish Zone. Here comes a friendly 6. That's our last red infecting shot out of our opponent. Happy to see that. So 3, 4, 5 is Shadow Puppetry. Let's do it. Yeah, this is going to get go again from the Shadow Puppetry. See if we can get more banishes. Morning, producer Justin. How you living, brother? Look at, we're making a Lexi block. That's fun. Now we can Chainbound by Shadow. We can make ourselves a rune chant. We can Ghostly Visit. It's going to have go again. Then we can Rosetta. Oh, man, Chain is fun. Yeah, so I'm going to take some damage here, but Chain doesn't care about taking damage. Ew! Lexi's also gross. Let's see what he's able to do with this. And don't care. I don't think. Do I care? I got a CNC. I'm going to hope he finishes with a card in Arsenal. I'm going to hope that I draw some dank hotness. Or banish some dank hotness, I should say. Yeah, we'll take this. Hamstring shot does suck here. It does suck. Because ideally, I'm just going Riftbind Go again into Command and Conquer. And it's for 6. Ow, my heart. Does not feel great. You know what? CNC is useless here. He's ending without an arsenal. So yeah, we're going to lose our CNC. More seeds, huh? It feels lame to just throw these out right now, because usually you want to kind of stack them up and do like a double Riftbind turn, if possible. But this match is going pretty quick. It's going pretty quick. Yeah, I kind of just got to throw them. I mean, maybe I do. I'm not the best chain player in the world. This one critically will not give the arcane damage to Riftbind because it only hits 0 costs. But I think I'm willing to just let it get the +1 here. I think. Yeah, what the hell. Oh yeah, that's only if I play it from my banished zone. I'm bad at this game. Interesting. Hold on. So whatever. We live and we learn. So instead then, perhaps I think I should have blocked with everything but the CNC. I should have arsenaled the CNC, created a rune chant, sent Rosetta. Let that be it. Yeah, I'm taking extra damage, but now I'm like with an Eclipse online and 3 shackles. Maybe I could have made our Ursa friend happen. Premeditate is a good start for my opponent. Sleep Dart's pretty dupe. This is a bad hand. Denying the Ponder token here. Shields are down at this point, so whatever he sends, probably a 0-cost arrow is getting through. Giving him a Ponder token. Might be playing this too defensively. This hand can be okay depending on what I banish. All right, get your Ponder. That's fine. I banished a bunch of stuff that require me to play a non-attack action first. Feels bad. I'm already through 1, 2 Seeds of Agony, 3 Seeds of Agony. Still have 3 left in the deck. Still have a lot of Bounding Demigons. I'm worried that I won't have enough sources of go again. Especially because I've lost my creepers in order to pull this off. So I'm thinking that this is the targeted arsenal card. Maybe there's a world where I sneak the game out of him. Yeah, we'll pitch the Eclipse. We'll send the Rosetta. But we're in a rough spot here. Our opponent has a 5-card hand. We have a super good clapback if we're not dead, but I don't know how we're not dead here. Okay. I pretty much just have a chance to oh man, I am screwbadoodled. Makes my Art of War bad to block here. Makes my man. Yeah, we're going to take this as a learning experience and move on. Getting back in the swing of things. That's okay. That is A-okay. Living Legend. Where are you? CC. I suspect that Living Legend Q times are going to be a little high. So let's get ourselves on that Wordle game. You know what I'm saying? Bucket, 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 bucket. I'm a stare, man. I like to start with stare. It's not bad. Redact. Recap. Like that. Rebar. No, what am I saying? Is Lexar a word or is it just a company? I forget. Yeah, no. If we keep running into this situation with the queues, I'll probably switch back to standard CC. We ran. Ooh, feral. That's the way I'm feeling right now. About relearning chain. Let's go. What else we got? No, I want to play Spelling Bee. Get out of here. We'll hit him with the strands. How's everybody doing today? Who's tuning in? You were wrong, Zachary Wallach. Feral was the word. Feral. That's a stretch is the clue. Everybody's too afraid of my mediocre chain. Ooh, nudge. No. Oh, there's probably just like names of stretches, right? Oh gosh. Uzi. I was on the Worldle strain for a while, but it humbled me. I learned a lot of countries that I didn't know existed. But yeah, I got my butt kicked in Worldle. I thought I was pretty good at geography, but I very clearly am not. What the heck are names of stretches? Oh, maybe it's like muscles that you like. I'm thinking tricep or a dip. Tricep dip. That's more of an exercise. Cheer is not a stretch. Still guessing on the theme. I usually try to do the spangram first on these. I feel like that's the way I express my skill best. For those of you just tuning in, yes, this is a Flesh and Blood stream. Unfortunately, we're having some issues getting an opponent on Talishar. So right now it's a Strand stream. Oh, a ridge. That's like a body. No. Oh, bridge. Bridge. Nope. Stop it. There we go. Hey, what do you know? We got to tell our opponent. Ew. All right. This will definitely put my skills to the test. Because we're going to have to like pitch stack well and stuff. I feel like Carrion Husk is still the right play against an Oldhim. Do we fat deck him? Kind of feel like we do. Runic Reclamation, not going to get any sort of value whatsoever. So maybe I take that out. Nah, screw it. It's in. We're just going to fat deck it because we don't know really what we're doing. But I think our objective is to take a ton of damage from Blood Debt. Oh, God. Winter's Whale. Stalagmite. I do not miss these cards. Let me tell you. Do not miss these cards. Is this going to affect me at all? Probably not. Pitching a red pummel is what I like to see. Interesting that we're on tectonic plating. I thought most Oldhims ran Tunic for like free crowns of seeds. Does that sound familiar, chat? I mean, this is a pretty clean turn on our end, but we don't end with an arsenal that we like. Maybe that's okay, especially if our Oldhim draws Arsenal Disruption. Oh, I could save the Ghostly Visit, actually, now that I think about it. That's not bad. I like that, actually. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to Minnowism. Chainbound by Shadow. Send Shrill. We'd be fine baiting out one of the Stalagmites here. Get that out of the way early. We really don't want him to be giving us a Frostbite on those like multiple Seeds of Agony turns. That would be a major bummer. So currently presenting a 3-card 8, which we're not stoked about, but it is in the blue, helping us fix a hand. And if he allows us to send in the Rosetta on top of that, we've got a 3-card 12, which is A-okay. Ew. Remember these cards, chat? Remember these cards? Yeah, you got me. It's okay. We'll end with a pretty solid arsenal. This is a bad hand. Playing the old Biloxi Blues. This was not fused. Okay, so he's gonna. If I give him 2 cards here, I just get to send a 2 for 4. I think I'd rather just send a Rosetta at that point. Yeah, this is a rough one. It's okay. Surely we pass back and he can't do anything, right? Right? I think we will create another shackle. How are we, folks? Do I have anybody tuning in that went to Pro Tour Amsterdam? I know Zachary Wallach did. I think he had some good times playing Dromai in the Living Legend Battle Hardened. Howdy, by the way, DM Armada. Good to see you, brother. I didn't see you because we were chatting about Worldle. We love seeing an Oldhim pitch reds. Except for when they do that. That's lame sauce. No gaining go again for me, which is a bummer because that's what I like to do. This is an opportunity to clear our arsenal for a plunder run, though. And that's a little hype. I think I want to overpitch this Bounding Demigon away. Yeah, let's do that. Let's overpitch the Bounding Demigon. Let's create the Enchant token. Und then... he doesn't have a non-attack. Do Oldhims run non-attacks? He might have Winter's Bite. So, do I greedily hold on to the Invert Existence? I feel like I do. The question is, do I create a Shackle here? I think I will still create a Shackle here. Hypothermia is one of these cards that is restricted in the Living Legend format. You are only allowed to run one of them in your deck. It's important to note that Channel Lake Frigid was one of these cards up until the most recent ban and restricted. They took it off that list. So the Lexi deck I'm going to play later today is a port from Brody Spurlocks from the Battle Hardened Los Angeles. But I went ahead and added back in 2 additional copies of Channel Lake Frigid. Because that's a good card. Chokeslam annoying here. Bum. Also the lack of blues annoying here. I guess I could try to cycle my Minnowism. The likelihood of this Oldhim letting me hit off of the Plunder Run buff is probably pretty low. But bottom line, this turn is doo-doo unless I block this out. I could just block 6, create a Rune Chant, and pass. Which doesn't feel great. Also have some banishes that could be good here. Man. Really doesn't feel good. So I'm just gonna... I'm gonna take it easy here. I'm gonna save some life. I was never gonna have a turn, so this is okay. This is okay. Save some life. Discarded that. It's all good. Take 2 extra. Passaroni. Sorry, 3 extra now. But getting a red Bounding Demigon into banish is pretty sick. This looks much more like a turn to me, chat. This looks much more like a turn. Gross. Chances of him having another Winter's Bite are pretty low. This could be my opportunity to play my invert existence. Yeah, so I'll pay here. And then I'll play the invert existence if he doesn't have any more of those. Feels fun to do wizard things. Okay. Okay, man. The pain. It really depends on what I'm going to banish here as to whether or not I want to give up Husk. I also no longer have a target for Belittle, which was maybe stupid. I could just continue to save life and fill my banish zone. He's moving his way through a lot of disruption. Because I really have to play to setting up an Urser late game, which means filling the banish zone and being able to play a ton of cards out of it. Maybe I'm too conservative. Yuzi says, would you ever run Eloquent Eulogy in Chain? Possibly. I honestly thought about it, especially because, like, during the latter stages of Chain, like, Pablo Pintor was running Tome of Fiendal. Wait a minute. Am I thinking of the right one? Eloquent Elegy is the one that creates the Eloquence token, yes? Here we go. Now this is a turn, if they let me have it. This ain't bad. Can I would have to pitch this Seeds of Agony to get around this Frostbite. I could also cycle this Plunder Run, which might be sick. Might be sick. We saw a red pummel pitched early, and we saw one played here. So the likelihood of him having another one is low, I believe. Oh my gosh, he's got Pulse of Ice and Loft in this deck, doesn't he? That's so gross. Better? I don't know. I suppose it does give me a target to banish with Shadow of Urser, which is cool. Okay. So. Banish a card with Blood Debt from my hand. Do I now need this Shadow of Urser to fuel this turn, blue-wise? Or do I get to play it? I can't play it because I have to banish it with Artivore. So the yellow Seeds of Agony is going to have to start me off. I really want to play the Artivore as a combat trick to see if I can get Plunder Run to hit. So we're going to start off with Plunder Run. I do have to be wary about closing the chain against Oldhim because he's got a lot of equipment. But I really feel like I need to play this first. Oh, I could just kick it off with... I don't have to kick it off with Shadow of Urser. I could kick it off with a Bounding Demigon. Yeah, which would give me 4 plus 3 is 7. 8 is the combat trick. Which would mean that he's still sitting on Crown of Seeds. All right, it's fine. This will allow me to not close the chain. Yeah, we'll go here. I'm sequencing this way so that I can hopefully spook the Oldhim. Or not spook him. Get him with the Art of War. Choose a reaction. Okay, cool. So he's got a D-react. Hopefully forcing him into an awkward situation here. Buff, banish. Yep. Oh, and that was an arsenal, so he's not going to be able to use Crown of Seeds. We're drawing a card unless he Earth reacts. In which case, it's probably fine because he's still blocking inefficiently, and I'm going to be able to go pretty wide. I still have access to Spellbound Creepers, and I've got a Seeds of Agony and Banished in case I need help generating action points. Would have liked to have found a blue, but that's okay. Yeah, we drew a card. Ugh. I drew so many cards, but they're all terrible. Okay, sick. That's fine. I could go after his Seismic Surge. Gross. What is this turn? What is this turn? I could Runic. I could pitch for Creepers. I really want to do a Rosetta swing at the end of this. So that's what this whole thing is hinging on. Let's go. Let's go Urser, banish. I also want to play as many attack action cards as possible in order to make Art of War super duper worth. He's got to be thinking about Stalagmite at this point, but the fact that I have 3 cards may give him pause, but not really, apparently. I was going to overpitch anyway. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so 1 is going to go to one of these Bounding Demigons, or whatever I choose to send. 1 will go to Spellbound Creepers to then play out the Seeds of Agony and get my action point back. Then Shadow of Urser, then Rosetta. Haven't completely done the math, but I think that's cool. Okay, sick. And we're never closing the chain, so we can't use that Stalagmite again. A Maroon Blade. Doesn't really give me an opportunity to fix this dumb hand, though. So I might overpitch the Runic Reclamation. Oh, wait. I don't want to do that during reaction steps. That's bad dog. That's a bad dog because Oldhim can then react with Ice React. In my early days as Lexi, I made that screw up where I loaded off of Voltaire in the reaction step, and then Oldhim just Ice Reacted and took the arrow out of my hand. So don't do that. Bad dogs. I could. No, I have to. Oh, I have to banish the. So actually, hold on. Everybody, just chill out, okay? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Get my action point back. It has to be a card with Blood Debt. I'm dumb. Damn. Chain's hard, man. So actually, hold on. Hold on. Undo. Fucker. Okay. This is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. That was definitely a misplay on my part. So we're going to fix it by creating a rune chant. Everything's great. Nathan Crawford in chat. What's up, man? I would miss Chain, but I never really got to play him in the first place. Which is why you're seeing me stumble here. But I'm excited to learn because holy crap, it's fun. Holy crap, it's fun. What do I got in here? Not as many good things anymore. Do I care about losing my Runic Reclamation? I kind of need to refill this Banish Zone, I think. Especially since Eclipse is more important than ever now. Is now the time for the Husk? Don't have a target for my Belittle. I guess I do have clean blocks here. Okay, so maybe it's just this. Because he's ending on no arsenal. So having a CNC doesn't really matter to me. I think I'm just going to send Runic Reclamation back. And refill this this Spanish Zone. Save the Belittle for protecting myself against ice shenanigans. Okay, sick. Okay, sick. We've got our Eclipse in our Banish Zone. That's really exciting. Got another Seeds of Agony. And I think we have several more on the way. What do I got? I got 2 in here? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, make another Shackle. Send Runic Reclamation. See if we can trick Mr. Oldhim into creating a Frostbite for us. I don't think it'll happen. I think as part of the broader strategy of Chain as well, I should be trying to pitch stack. What happens here again? Top of my deck? So lame. I mean, this is fine, though, because I'm not going to be facing any serious disruption, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. So much value on Runic Reclamation. This is attack action. So I'd really like to not use that on the Belittle. We've got 2 Riftbinds in Banish, which is sweet. However, we would love to have more non-attacks than 2 with which to use. We do have a Belittle and a way to turn it on, which means that we can add an extra blue to our hand. It feels like I'm going too early, honestly, if I go here. I'm about to banish 2 Art of Wars, too, on the next turn. Oh, I already know. I don't have any Blood Debt targets for my Shadow Averser that is in banished. The question is, can I play 6 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd have to play literally all of my Blood Debt cards in order to get my Eclipse off. Okay, I think I have to just let this turn be lackluster one more time, and then I can pop off this Eclipse next turn. Which really means that I think I want this Belittle in my arsenal. I don't know, Kev. Maybe I'll leave the shadow puppetry in there. That's an extra action point anyway. It's an early Crown of Seeds activation, but that's fine. Do I dare get a red Nimblism? I think that is okay. If I do, and hopefully that convinces Oldhim to give me the other block on Stalagmite. I don't have a red Minnowism, so I'm going to get a blue one. How about that? How about that? Free rune chance, baby. Blank. Hold on. What am I doing? This first. Don't be a bad dog. Be a good dog, Bryce. Do I still have up a little? Or did I banish? Yeah. Out of belittles. Do I need to save the invert existence? He's floating one for arcane prevention. Rather make him make a harder decision later. That's a blue heavy hand. Yeah, I'm about to hit 2 Artivores. The pain. No? Man. Okay, so I'm drawing. Oh, interesting. I don't know why it separated them. Oh, only 1 Artivore left. So I guess I'm drawing it next turn, which maybe bodes well. We now have 9 cards. So we want to front load all of our non-attacks to maximize our Rift Binds. I think I have the resources to do this. I want to hold back the Mauvrian Skies in case I need extra action points, because I'm kind of playing this on the fly. I do not have a source of go again yet. Let's go ahead and do it here. Wait a minute, hold on. I wish I had a Ghostly Visit in here, because then I could do the whole Mauvrian Skies then chain thing and never close the combat chain. But I don't. So if I want to use the Mauve Skies for go again, it'll have to be later on in the chain. Later on when I break the chain, that is. Yeah, let's kick it off with... Ugh, I don't have my creepers. The pain. I played 1, 2, 3 so far. Now you, because I'm starved for go again. Banish the yellow first. It's 4 cards out of banish. I have to be really wary of this last block here. Five cards out of banish. If I had drawn the Art of War here, I probably would have chosen banish and go again, because I'm missing these creepers. That was the last pummel out of our opponent's deck. Yeah, so unfortunately, if I go Mauvrian Skies into Riftbind and get max value there off of the number of non-attacks I've played this turn, then I will be susceptible to 1 Frostbite, making my life hell. Oh yeah, I have Shadow. Oh, sometimes we're dumb. Found it though. So yeah, I'd love to play this Riftbind actually. See if we can force our opponent to give us that last block. Yeah, my lord. Oftentimes I say that my objective in this game is to protect future Bryce. Present Bryce is usually good at helping out future Bryce, but future Bryce is really bad at remembering that past Bryce did it. We know we have the resources here. Man, I'm so close to glory though. Why do I have to pitch? Oh, you're right. I got the Frostbite already from Stalagmite. Yeah, that's fine. We've already learned what we need to learn. So at this point, what to do with the rest of these resources? It would be so amazing to have go again here. I can't even explain. Riftbind is going to give us 7 points of value. So we should probably swing that. And then I'll just play the Invert Existence for extra damage. Sorry, 6. Why was that? Oh, because of Shadow Puppetry. That's right. And then we're just holding Ursa for the next turn. Maybe better to leave more cards in banish. Honestly, I'm not sure, because I'm a dum-dum. But we got to chunk our opponent. That was cool. There's that last Art of War. Should have known we weren't ever going to play it. Well, crap. Now I'm wishing I left that other Riftbind. Bad dog. That's a bad dog. Okay, this is another source of go again. Darn. It's a bad dog. I'm going to want to hold onto this as a pitch card. I think. Honestly, I want to pitch these Bounding Demigons. Get them in banish. Really, I don't want to play either of these cards because I'm only going to get to play with whatever is in this hand. So these cards kind of need to stick around as pitch cards. What do I want to get back? I guess it's Howl from Beyond. Shoot, but I need to go again, man. Wow, this is tough. Okay, this is only cost 0. I've already played my non-attack, so I really need to go Riftbind. I think I bungled this endgame for sure, but I was expecting to do that. This is the first really long-term game of Chain that I've played. Ice, that's fine. Kind of, because now I'm going to banish that Demigon. Really kind of want to play this Unhallowed Rites. Because then it'll afford me the opportunity to get another non-attack. But if I do that, I'm playing the Captain's Call, which means that I got to pitch the other blue. I think that's fine, though. Oh, shit, but it's cost 0. Damn it. Okay, so probably should have gone for the Unhallowed Rites play instead. Maybe I can do it next turn. He's only got 1 card left. You know? So I think I cut my losses here. Create a Rune Chant, swing with Urser. Have a bigger turn next turn. Oh, pain. Oh, shoot. I was thinking Levia. Being a little silly. Being a lot silly. Okay. Darn. Play you to turn on the Bounding Demigons. This will make it so I draw it. How starved am I going to be for blues? Need more go again. Man. Man, Chain is hard to play. Should have created a Rune Chant as well. No more sources of go again. Really is best to just swing Urser. That's where I get most value. But how bad do I need to clear the Spanish zone? Five value split damage is less important. Damn, I should have saved that. Because now, after this, I won't be able to... Okay. So I need to get... I've already got a non-attack. Kind of want to get another non-attack. That's a blue. I think is the way to play this. Not necessarily going to kill myself this turn. Yeah, this is feeling like the death knell, though. Man, it's amazing how much knowledge kind of just slips out of your mind when you haven't seen these heroes in ages. Pulse of Eisenloft. What an insane card in Oldhim. Holy. Oosh, we got on-hit death. So basically all I can do is block with 2 cards here. Then on my turn, I go Seeds, Shackle, Bounding Demigon, Urser. I don't think there's any way we get there. Unless his hand is really awkward. You know, he was sub 10 life. And for my first really long game against Oldhim, I'm okay with that. Oldham's just a really tough hero to get through. So, okay, there's a lot of things I would have done differently now that I know kind of what's going on. Namely, there were a couple instances where I threw out Seeds of Agony a little willy-nilly. That turn where I played 2 Rift Binds, I probably should have just held them back. I think I had a pretty good turn otherwise, and then I potentially could have gone 3 Rift Binds wide on the following turn. Let's see. Late game pitch stack wise, kind of just remembering the order of shackles is super important. I was kind of playing it like the banishes were happening at the end of the turn. I'm used to playing Levia. Just a little bit of a brain fart there. Yeah, but holy cow, the power turns on chain feel really, really good. Getting Eclipse off is much less of a headache than I remember because of Seeds of Agony. It's a lot to think about there. I am really excited to play some more chain. For now, though, we're going to switch it on over to a deck that I actually know how to play in the form of Lexi. And we are doing a little copycatting of Brody Spurlock's LA March 2024 LA Battle Hardened appearance, where he and the deck we just played faced off in the final. So this is the deck list. The biggest change that I made was putting 3 copies of Channel Lake Frigid back in, because those are now legal in Living Legend. It was restricted to 1 copy at the time that Brody played this list. So maybe if he had 2 more copies, that chain game would have gone a little bit different. But it's fairly standard, honestly, from what we saw at the tail end of CC, except for a couple extra ice pieces are in the mix. So I am actually going to take a quick bio break and grab a snacky poo. And then I will be back in about 2 minutes. But this is the list we're going to be going with. Let's change this old stream topic. And I will be back in just a moment after this. Let's see. It'll be a 5-minute break. Be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the stream. So sorry for my tardiness. I got caught up hanging out with baby Callum. He's on a little mat that we got him for tummy time that's like filled with water and has like little fishies and stuff for him to kind of smack and play around with. Still the cutest baby in the entire world. Very happy to be his father. And yeah, it's hard to not get distracted when you're trying to do other things because he's just fun to look at and hang out with. Anyway, what are we talking about? We're talking about Lexi, one of my favorite topics of conversation. I know I'm hoping now that Zen is the boogeyman in the CC meta. She can be talked about positively once again. But anyway, yeah, this is Brody Spurlock's list. As I mentioned before, Channel Lake Frigids were previously a restricted card, but no longer. So what I removed for the extra Channel Lake Frigids were a couple Ice Quakes that Brody was running. Wait a minute. Does that bring me to less than... Oh, yeah. Whoops. Let's bring one of those back in. Great. Ready to tango. Switch to our Talishar overlay. Let's see if there are any... Hello. Going up against an Icelander. Let's see if we can out-ice the lander. Heart of Ice here. I wonder if it's necessary as just a second piece of AB. I forget what I was running at the tail end of the Lexi meta. I'll go with AB1 here. Yeah. I remembered I really liked running instant speed damage against Icelander. Sleep darts are kind of lame. I guess if they hit early, it's okay. The arrows in this list are pretty tight. It's 30 arrows, so I don't want to reduce their numbers too much. I think removing an Ice Quake is an okay move here. Are we running premeditates? There's no premeditates in this list. That's really interesting. Yeah, we'll roll with this. Let's see what happens. I just have not engaged whatsoever with the Living Legend format until now. It's really exciting. I think this is a classic load and arrow Arsenal pass here. Let's leave 2 floating in case they have any arcane damage shenanigans. We'll give it +1 attack. We'll pass priority. Man, I miss having 2 arsenals. Oh, that's fun. That's so much fun. One thing to note in our opponent's equipment suite is the Stonewall Gauntlet. For those of you that haven't played Lexi, since this card has been in the mix, or Azalea for that matter, this is a bolt and shot shutter downer because it will reduce bolt and shot's power back to its base and get rid of its go again. So just be wary of that. Holy free holies. I'm glad we didn't let them filter their hand here. Look at that. 3 reds for a Coronet Peak. I feel very comfortable getting rid of this red Winter's Bite here, I think. Or perhaps, honestly, it's the Sleep Dart, because I'm not going to be able to play both those arrows. No, because I want to end with a red arrow in Arsenal. That's usually how we want to go about it. Let's see If we can out Icelander. Ew. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. So even though our opponent did basically nothing on their turn, they did find a channeling frigid for their arsenal, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So I got to pay 2 for this winner's bite, which is okay because I am telling them to give me another card, which I suppose is cool. But it means no fusing the chilling ice vein. Oh boy. Also means I can't send another arrow. Man, ice does make your brain hurt. Cool. I think we will have to be content just sending the chilling ice vein here, leaving the endless arrow for arsenal. Because otherwise, with Voltaire, like channeling frigid is just too pricey. The unfortunate bit of this is that our opponent is likely going to be able to just pitch to Cornet Peak and keep that channeling frigid around. Or maybe not, because of my frostbite. That could be cool. It means 2 cards have to be donated to protecting the channeling frigid. Oh, they break it there. Which has got to mean they've got 1 more blue. Cornet Peak coming my way. Unfortunate turn of events. Ugh. I really don't want to have to 3 of a kind through a channeling frigid. I'll save a 3 of a kind for later. There's a world where I literally just set up here and hope that they can't keep that channeling frigid around. Two ice cards is not unheard of. Because it's either that or if I send the endless arrow, I can't set up a double arsenal. I'm going to get what is potentially greedy here. But Rainrazor's 3 of a kind is one heck of a drug. You know? Could be good. Could be really good. Off to a good start. Absolutely not on the blocks. So we would love to be able to Tunic here, cover this up, but channeling frigid prevents that. So I think, unfortunately, the smart play is to get rid of the infecting shot, because 0 cost arrows just kind of ensure that we're going to be able to maximize the damage output from Rain Razors. Oh, never mind. He kept channeling frigid around. How do you do that? Was it, Oh, 0 cost. 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 0 co What was his second pitch outlet? He E-striked, cornet peak. I don't actually understand how that happened. E-strike, activated cornet peak, pitched frosting. He chose himself. What a genius. Oh my God. It's pretty epic. So I think I have to go through this. Unfortunately. I really don't want to. But he has no arsenal. Surely I draw more blues. Oh, wait. Whoops. No, that's actually incorrect. I should have endless arrowed snaps. Maybe not, because snaps would cost me one. All reds. So 2 to load Voltaire, +1 for the drill shot. And then it's going to be 1 for the endless arrow. This is why we really don't like to go for something like this through a channel like Frigid. Feels bad. One more blue and we would have gotten there. We've got a pretty good pitch stack because just underneath this is another 3 of a kind. So if we get there. Oh my God. Oh, this is painful. Sometimes they got it. I did have the option to hold back still, I think. Wasn't that great a one, but there it is. Okay, cool. So finally, channeling Frigid is gone. Hopefully that's not another one. We're forced into our snaps here. That's not the worst thing. We don't have any fusion. So we could start off with a winner's bite and see what our opponent's got. Yep, I'm with it. Yeah, because it was Endless Arrow in Arsenal with Rain Razors. Could have flipped. Could have just played the Rain Razors. Held back the 3 of a kind. It's a tough decision. Because honestly, if we... Maybe with the Blizzard, even if we draw a blue, we're a little screw-badooed. We're not going to use our flip otherwise. Let's kick it off with the drill shot. I really do miss this matchup, honestly. This matchup was such a blast to play. So many head games. Cool. Yeah, we're taking the waning moon. At this point, I have to show I have the blue. Oh my god. Excuse me while I stuff my face. The gauntlet still does what I don't like it to do, whether or not I put the -1 on it. So I think I'm going to put it on Cornet Peak. Huh. This has become a very awkward turn once again. Tunic get me anywhere? This is why I like the lightning presses in this list so much. Because it turns whatever disruption plan they had in their head on its head. I'm going to go ahead and load this Heat Seeker face up. Last thing I stacked, I believe, was blue. It's quite a weird hand. Quite a weird hand now that snaps are gone. Quite a weird hand. It's really tight on resources, which is never where you want to be when Icelander is going into her turn. What I want to do, believe it or not, is send this Frostlock. Because I can fuse it with Icequake. At which point I could then play the Icequake and send Heatseeker. Which, technically with my Tunic, I'm 1 over those resources. Ugh. It's just always scary. Let's pitch the Codex first, just in case we want to do a combat trick. Frostlock is like the unsung hero of these super defensively disrupty decks because it essentially has Heart of Ice's text no matter what. So our opponent has to decide on any instant shenanigans right now. Gross. Oh wait, I should have popped the tunic. It's okay. It is tempting to block one AB here because I know, or no, I need all my resources. What am I saying? Ooh, I like the new fused icon. Haven't seen that in a minute. That does not block it out, my friend. Put a -1 counter on your peak, bro. I wonder how much he cares about that. Oh, well, he can't play his scar for a scar. That's way. So we're going to want to break the combat chain here so that Stonewall doesn't get extra value. No reactions here. Break the chain. Goodbye, Stonewall Gauntlet. And then we will... Yeah, we're going to YOLO and pay for this Icequake. Because we've seen 2 Blizzards already. Chances of him having another one and not having already deployed it are very low. Tap out here. Send the Heat Seeker for a big old 8. That's what I'm talking about. Value town population me, bro. And we find a red arrow. Literally never punished. No fusion for this Chilling Ice Vein. That does suck. Winning Bolt, such a gross card. Such a gross card. So what I really want to do is be able to send a Frostlock first. Ask this Heart of Ice question again. But it puts me at real risk of getting disrupted by 1 Frostbite. I'm going to say it's okay. Because of the way our opponent pitched early, that should be the only Wounded Bull that we see for the entire game. They did not respond to Frostlock going on the chain, which implies to me that they don't have a blue in that arsenal. Getting stuffed by that Blizzard on our 3 of a kind turn was huge. Furthermore, we've seen the other 2 Rain Razors at this point, and one of our other 3 of a kinds. So we know we're a little bit doomed on the power turn front. Our opponent's got a massive turn here. Do I want to push the damage while I have the opportunity? Or do I get the free go again? I think they're going to do some serious life total pressuring here. Or they found another channel. In which case, this decision kind of sucks. Oh, remember Amulet of Ice. What a good card. Revealing a Cold Snap. Probably pitching that for the Waning Moon. It's the second red Aether Ice Vein we've seen. I think the other one was pitched. Take this. We are in the danger zone. It's important to note. I think we kind of like him going for that Amulet of Ice right now, honestly. Not getting a whole lot of value out of this Lightning Press. But hey, pushing damage. The fun thing about it is that we make it so our opponent has to block a little bit weird. And then it's kind of in our court whether or not we deploy that Lightning Press for extra damage. Because I am presenting lethal here. Must be respected. Really only demanding one card, though. Less than stellar. Furthermore, I'm only sitting at one resource here. So if they've got it, they've got it. Hey, Jonathan Henley. I'm not locked on anything for my Living Legend shenanigans. I am enjoying playing Lexi again, though. To hold the Lightning Press or not to hold the Lightning Press? I think I'm going to hold it here. Yeah, Jonathan Henley. Funny you should say that. That's my teammate Alex Vore who won that event. And I hope to get him on this week for a deck tech of that Kano deck. Ice Vein for 4, huh? Tunic's up next turn, which means that this Codex is actually pretty darn good. So I think I can afford to block a little. It's another Amulet of Ice gone. Vito, everyone wants to know how that Prism game went. Dude, that was our other teammate, Austin Summers. Famous for making top 8 of U.S. Nationals. He actually has a deck tech up. Hosted by Chris Iali on our channel, if you want to check that out. Poor Austin, he literally never beats Alex on Kano, even though that is a massively favored matchup, obviously. Yeah, he's notorious for losing that. It's pretty funny. He says he can beat any other Kano, but not Alex. Alex is just built different. Okay. Let's see what our opponent decides to do here. I think honestly, Vito, Alex just killed him on turn 0 before he could establish anything. And that is always how Alex beats Austin. That is problematic. It implies that I am not dead. It also implies that my opponent needs to give me 2 cards. still. So do I hold on to my tunic? I still have the resources available to play this lightning press. I think I'll hold it back. I don't think I need to pop the tunic in response to that, because I still have the one floating with which to play the lightning press. Still kind of want to hold this lightning press. Allows me to AB whatever comes my way. And doesn't really hurt me. Or no, no, it does hurt me. Sorry, I don't have snaps anymore. No, oh, man. You need your hypothermia. What's up with my... Okay, my overlay is going to get a little messed up just for a second. There we go. That should be fixed. There we go. All is well. So I do have to play the lightning press because I can't play lightning press without a target. And so if I double arsenal here, then I'm doomed to just play an endless arrow, and that's it. Cool. No go again. I get to save my tunic counter for something a little more scary. Okay. That's a problem. That is a problem. I thought that was fused. I think he's got me here. Yeah, 2 Emeritus is going to equal 4. Why not? The waning moon as well. Got my ass. Good game. Maybe I should have packed the Heart of Ice just as a second source of AB. Also a nice option. Let's try again. That was really cool, though. I really miss playing that matchup. Amulet of Ice and Hypothermia are tough to contend with, though. I will say that. I will say that. All right. we sit here, I need to do some on-the-fly resizing. Some of my little windows got all messed up in my long hiatus. I'm not sure how, but alas, there it is. That doesn't have enough there. So screw it, JK Roffelmau. There we go. That's feeling a little better. All right. We haven't finished our strands yet. No, you're all messed up. Ah. Realigned as all things should be. Oh, JK. Here comes our Talishar opponent. All right. Somebody I can disrupt. That's fun. Still takes second here. We got our one source of AB. That's all well and good. Hello, Arctic Incarcerations. I missed you so much. Sleep Dart is huge. Huge. Get rid of one of those red winner's bites, I think. We're feeling A-okay. Chain brought 65 cards into us. Hello, Bounding. Get rid of one of these redundant blues. Really wary of giving up this other blue. It's only 16 in the whole deck. I feel more confident that I will draw another arrow than I do about drawing another blue. Plus, we're finding more good Codex targets. We've got one premium, one cost in the form of Frostlock, and we've got one in the form of Searing Shot. Honestly, Frostlock is less of a good choice because you can't fuse it. Yeah, I think we're content actually to just go Icequake. Endless Arrow. Threatening Frosty Boys. And then worst comes to worst, he blocks this out. I Codex for that Endless Arrow again. Because Icequake is threatening Frostbites all the way through the turn. Which is pretty gross. Pretty gross. Yeah, we'll go Searing Shot here. Because we're going to have an Arsenal card no matter what off the Ponder token. This is more of an Azalea play, honestly. Lexi really loves her Endless Arrow. He was going to block it out anyway, which is just fine for me. Because I get to reset back up. Ew. Less than stellar. I'm drawing a lot of blues here, which makes me nervous about later on in the game. Let's see. Icequake, Bolton shot. Chilling Ice Vein. Still get to fuse the Chilling Ice Vein. I like that. And then we save the Cold Snap for Arsenal. For those of you that haven't really experienced the Ice Lexi game plan, it hinges a lot more on these like 2 arrow plays rather than the hyper damage efficient 3 arrow plays that Fuseless Lexi utilized kind of in the tail end of her CC performance. Okay, cool. Get the balance block out of the way. And then we'll go. So we would have been like slightly less efficient if he had let that Bolton shot hit because we didn't play the Chilling Ice Vein first. Chilling Ice Vein's effect also persists through the entirety of the turn like Icequake. But it kind of just made my numbers a little better, I think. So now our opponent had to lose a card and get a Frosty Boy. Oh my goodness. 2 Art of Wars banished together off the top. Sometimes it's not your game. That's great. I assume he's following this up with an attack. And if he is, I'll save my block card for then. I'm not going to be able to fuse this. At least not comfortably. Wow, okay, so he just donates Minnowism to the cause. I'm cool with that. Here's another Frosty Boy. Gives us the opportunity to gamble and draw another ice card. I don't think we're going to, though. No. That's all right. We need to throw the Heat Seeker first, because then we'll have the opportunity to load the Bolton shot reload into Endless Arrow. So hopefully Heat Seeker is the one that he blocks. Especially because it'll be hard for us to clear our entire hand to make use of Heat Seeker anyway. We've already got the best arrow for our arsenal that we could want. Get the Husk. I don't think I want to use the Bullseye Bracers yet. That's a little risky. Yeah, we're just going to play a clean turn. Asking the question. Wow, he says, I don't care. Great. Works for me, brother. How about an A? So our opponent's got a bit of a turn lined up. We are still deprived a bit of 3 of a kinds. Hi, baby. Callum just got his diaper changed.
Pooped again.
He did?
He did.
Oh, great. This just in, Callum pooped again. Pretty stoked about it. He's been on a really weird, like... Sorry I'm telling you this. But he's been on a weird, like... only pooping once every 4 days, and every time he does, it's biblical. I could have thought harder about that plunder run hit, but I think at this stage of the game, with his banish zone, what it is, I'm comfortable just kind of like making this a really insane disruption turn for me and take some damage here. letting our chain player get ahead a little bit. Okay, we need the winner's bite in the pitch zone. I would really like to play this Frostlock. As well. So I go Frostlock, and then I can Tunic to Channel Lake Frigid, send the Endless Arrow, hold the Drill Shot back for Arsenal. I think that is the reasonable way to do this. The downside, I suppose, is that I'm showing my opponent the Channel Lake Frigid, which means that they know, they're smart, they know that their turn is basically going to be Bupkis. Anyway, still got a piece of armor block, though, so that's cool. Yes, now is the time. Tunic. Channel Lake. Endless Arrow. So he probably blocks this Endless Arrow out here. That's fine. Never mind. He says no. So I'm IP'd a little bit. There are worse things when you're getting out of Channel Lake Frigid against your opponent, especially after they find their first really good banishes. This is the last Art of War in the deck. We saw him banish 2 already. He pays 2 for it. I'm so happy to see Art of War on a turn where I've got Channel Lake Frigid out. And even better, I've got a Rain Razor's Endless Arrow turn. So not a whole lot of disruption here, but I'm about to do so much damage. It gets worse for our hero. Sorry, man. Yeah, I don't know. Lexi's pretty fun, guys. I know it's degenerate. So let's see. Endless Arrow. Go again. Rain Razors. Drill Shot. Endless Arrow. Into Codex, then. I suppose I could save. Is it worth saving the snaps? I really want the on hit of the Endless Arrow, so I'm going to present this first. Basically, that thought process is like, where is it most valuable to put this combat trick? It's not going to matter for my opponent because he's just saying whatever. And usually with Lexi, I think it belongs on the Endless Arrow. There is an argument for putting it on this Drill Shot because, you know, it has an actual on hit. Not that Endless Arrow doesn't, but yep. Okay. Our opponent says, I'm done. Understandably so. That got a little gross. Now let's put me on the back foot with Oldhim. Is Heart of Ice good against Oldhim? I forget. Kind of think it wasn't. Bring in the Death Touch. Bring in the presses. Battering bolts are kind of meh. Sleep darts are really meh, though. Ooh, 2 CNCs. Brody used these a lot during the Oldhim meta, but he used them in conjunction with a Remembrance to like make sure he's doing the most hyper efficient thing he can in the end game. I'd love to get this Death Touch in my graveyard. I guess on turn 0 I can get it into my arsenal. That's fine. But setting up a Rain Razor's Endless Arrow is a little more tempting. It's a little more tempting. +1 attack, and then what the heck will also tuck? So unless he drew a good bit of disruption here, which that's not a bad start. But I can technically get by just with this Endless Arrow this turn. Hitting me with a Frosty Boy. I don't care. Now, this is a lot to commit to this early, but the likelihood of this Endless Arrow hitting are very high with this number of reactions in hand. Now, if he doesn't block +3, it gives me the opportunity to say, what the heck on this lightning press. I don't mind holding it back. I am going to hold one Razor's back here, which may seem a little weird, but I want to keep a lot of information close to the chest if I can. Uh-oh. What's the status of my fair internet? Are we still up, chat? Still seem to be up. Did Talishar crash? What's going on? Oh. Almost had it back. Am I refreshing too much? No! I was about to do cool things. Oh. Okay, we're chilling. Great. Got another one? So this is currently getting in by 1, and that's a happy place for me. Great. This is exactly what I want to see. I'm going to continue getting in by 1. Yup. Now we're coming in for 8 each time. And I don't believe that he's going to be able to do anything about it. Because I'm sitting with a lightning press in Arsenal. Important to note that if he blocks with his Gauntlets of Iron Will, this lightning press will only buff the Endless Arrow by 2. Now, I really want him to show me the D-React from hand here. No, that's fine. I love just sitting with a Lightning Press in Arsenal against an Oldhim. Feels really, really good. We're encountering the same problem, however, where if I don't use it now, then I'm basically forced to use my snaps next turn. So I'm just going to deploy it now. But bottom line, we went 3 arrows wide. Ooh, actually... Actually, this is the moment for the snaps plus bullseye bracers. We went 4 arrows wide with our rain razors, 2 of them, and that's more than you can usually hope for against an Oldhim. Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't choose Go Again B-Ball fan. This is actually, I'm just showing my lack of Lexi play for a very long period of time. No, that was absolutely the correct choice rather than deploying the snaps here. But hey, if I win by exactly 1, I look really smart. You are absolutely right. That 100% should have been a Go Again choice on Voltaire. So we've already disrupted his hand a little bit. There is potentially merit for holding on to the 3 of a kind until we can find something that's turn wide, like an Icequake or another Rain Razors. If I do it now, the risk is that I'm over flooded with arrows without extra sources of Go Again. So I think I'm going to play it a little conservatively at this point. Okay. Two-card Oldhim is not a super scary thing. Ice react. That means that this Endless Arrow is hitting unless he gives me a piece of equipment. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's floating 2 damage prevention because of Pulse of Ice and Loft. Holy cow. I think we're content to just sit here. Yeah. Yep, you are right, Liam. Again, not a hand we really need to use this 3 of a kind with. We can go 3 arrows wide. So I think we hold it back. It's critical to make these power turns as powerful as possible against Oldhim. Any inefficiencies, and you're just not going to get there. We've seen only 2 D-reacts so far. I assume we're seeing another one here. Yep. You kind of have to play this game of, as long as I'm stripping enough cards out of Oldhim's hand to where he's not going to disrupt me a whole lot on his turn, then you can kind of just play the setup game. You are right about that, Mr. Elliott. Voltaire is pretty busted. But hey, so is Winter's Whale. And so is Pulse of Ice and Loft. So now I'm fighting fair, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold back. We're punished here if that is exactly CNC. Maybe not so much. Ew. All right, that's fine. We get to use our 3 of a kind as though it's a Carrion Husk. Block with the ice cards here because Oldhim likes to block perfectly anyway. Also really happy that we're doing this with a 3 of a kind in Arsenal and Tunic counter up. Love that our Oldhim friend is off his Arsenal. Wowee. Well. I think I'm inclined to send the Heat Seeker over the Infecting Shot here. provide 2 on hits where I get to keep an arsenal. Yeah, there's no way to reload off the bolt and shot with the Icequake. There's no way he lets this one hit. Is it okay pitching this with the Command and Conquer? Yeah, I feel good about that. Joke's on you. I ain't breaking this chain. It could imply that he has a staunch response, though. Which might actually not be that terrible for us here. Because I'm not going to present anything that's that big. Yay, Reds. So that may have looked like a lackluster 3 of a kind, but it did basically allow us to prevent arsenal disruption and also still have a 3-arrow wide turn. Something to be said about that. I believe the last card in my pitch deck was a blue, so I'm going to probably reorder Icequake Infecting Shot. Love to see another Command and Conquer. Gone. Okay, Channel Lake Frigid gone. Sucks to not end with an arsenal here. Sometimes it'd be like that. This is one of those tricky situations where, yeah, you've got the Codex, but you have to give your opponent back a CNC. But it also probably means that I ensure a Heat Seeker to hit. Ugh, God, it feels so bad to give Oldhim a CNC. I cannot express how bad that feels. And if they're blocking with the Rampart, that means I give them extra value. Because Homeboy is blocking with the Rampart, does that make me want to not do the Codex? It depends on whether he blocks this bolt and shot or not. Yeah, Liam, I'm enjoying it as well. Allows me to flex muscles that I haven't in a very long time, you know? Oh, man, if he blocks... Yeah, please just block 1 card. Thank you. This is fantastic. Because it means that I get to do this with impunity. And I know that I won't get hit by a CNC next turn. He grabs a Spinal Crush, though. I'm going to make him cycle that away. Guaranteed. Oh, shoot. Yeah, he's going to be able to reactivate Rampart. And I don't get my value. But I get to start with a Quicken token, which is pretty damn good. +1 value for me. That's a good card to start with. However, all red sucks. Man, I would love to start with CNC Go again. I would love to start with that. I have 2 Endless Arrows in the bin. And I have no recursion. cool. Our opponent is very red flooded. He's got the floating for Crown of Seeds and for Rampart at this point. Crown of Seeds is going to cost... Oh, okay. So he can choose one or the other. So I think we still go for the 3 of a kind. Oh, man. That hurts. That hurts so bad. So... the best hope for this turn is for this Endless Arrow to get in. Because if it does, then I can send another arrow. Giving it +1 because of the Quickie token. At this point, we've seen a lot of those 0-cost D-reacts. Really hoping that our opponent doesn't have the final sink below. No, he's got a red Glacial Footsteps, and then he's got red Spinal Crush in Arsenal. Still requiring 2 cards to block this out. At this point, he technically doesn't know that I'm red flooded, but I've kind of telegraphed it because I pitched a Heatseeker after my 3 of a kind. He's going to have to give me another card just to do the Rampart. But he's got my ass. Oh, he doesn't like that play? Are you going to let it hit? Oh, it's Christmas, chat. Oh, never mind. It's not Christmas. All right. Unfortunately, we have to pass. That's 2 3 of a kinds down. Feeling less than stellar about this. This is actually kind of sick. Okay, hold on. So 4 resources, I need 5 to get through this turn. Yeah, I think it's best just to send 3 arrows. Unfortunately, I would love to start this off with a Frostlock. But I think this is going to be good enough. And pitching these 2 together is not bad. Let's kick it off with the Battering Bolt. Forcing any defense reactions out of his hand and potentially gaining some information. Six, ironically, becomes a weird breakpoint for Oldhim because he wants to Crown of Seeds every single turn. Of course, he can just keep floating that prevention, so whatever. Okay. So our opponent is going to have to choose between a Bloodrot and a Heatseeker. Conventional wisdom says that Heatseeker is the more threatening card. Liam Spronkin says, our opponent has the Crown Disease. They're allergic to using Tunic for Crown and would rather pitch a blue to block 2. Their loss is our gain. Our opponent detecting the proper time to use Civic Steps. There's no way I don't send this. Because no matter what, it gets in by 1. Unless he's got that last sink below. Don't have that last sink below. My God. All right. Well, we've gotten rid of all the 0-cost reactions. That's cool. We are very starved for gas at this point. I think 2 codexes left in the deck, though. So that's good. Might buy us back an Endless Arrow. Huh. I don't love it. But I don't hate it. Okay. Let's keep some information sealed here. Ugh. What I want to do is play this Battering Bolt and then play the Winter's Bite. The downside of this is that our opponent could block with Rampart of the Ram. Oh, I have to play the Codex anyway. So it doesn't really matter if I close the chain. I think this is fine. Great. He didn't even do it. Which means that we are very likely to get off the Heatseeker Ponder token Dream. Man, I miss Heatseeker. This is one hell of a card. Is that the last pummel? One was pitched, I think. God damn, Oldhim is annoying. He's going to block this out. Oh my God, I hate Oldhim. I hate Oldhim. Oh my God. Oh, Nelly. Okay, this sucks. This is really interesting because I really want to set up. I think I'm close to my last 3 of a kind. I really want to set up this Rainrazor's 3 of a kind, which would mean potentially like playing out this Channeling Frigid at a loss and hoping our opponent doesn't come back at us with some serious disruption. It's super risky. But hey, we're on Talishar, guys. Voila. Don't disrupt us one time. One time. It does suck to get rid of that drill shot. Well, he got our asses. No more red Bolton shots left in the deck. Still have Quiver. I just don't have a convenient way to block this. Could give up Tunic, but then I'm... That is the... I thought the last CNC. I've only seen one. God damn, Oldhim is such a puzzle. I think I have to take this. I think we got to trust. We got to trust in the quiver. And also in drawing blues. Man, this is such a bind. What I want to do is just set up to make this good for when he doesn't have any disruption. But in order to do that, I literally give Oldhim a full grip. Okay. Must be close to pitch stack here. I have been pitching a lot of arrows. I'm not confident that I would hit a 0-cost arrow off the top, though. So I think if he allows this Bolton shot to hit, I would probably just activate Lexi rather than pay into the quiver. He knows what this last card is. Still got 2 lightning presses left in the deck. There's hope for them getting me there. Also have 1 more codex. That's absolutely correct, Uzi. Uzi? I've been taking a stab at it. I don't know if I'm right. Uzi. That is correct. I can absolutely do that. That card has to be an arrow, though, for it to matter. Thus far, he's only used Ice React on like my 3 of a kind. Uzi, got it. Thank you. Really glad we didn't use the quiver there. I think we were correct about our pitch stack. Not super stoked, honestly, to use the codex on this turn. It does get him down to 2 cards. And then we send an 8-cost arrow at him, which he can block 2 of automatically because he can crown plus rampart. Then he's got 2 cards left to cover it up. I guess that card can be a battering bolt, in which case I should be able to sneak 1 damage through. Is 1 damage and a frostbite worth it? I don't know. I feel like we're pigeonholed into doing it, though. Oops, not into my turn. Sorry. Is it time for the little lightning presses that could? Liam, that's right. They worked out the Tunic Pacer Crown. We're doomed. It was our only hope. I think we're setting the Frostlock here. But he doesn't even have Crown. And he's like out of D-reacts. It feels so bad. Doesn't even feel good. CNC would suck right here. Really? Really? Okay, we're going to send one here because this is very much not a CNC coming at me. We'll get the go again. Oh, hello, Death Touch. Now we're at pitch stack. I pitched this turn 1. So this makes it so I get to send a Death Touch. Probably. Oh man, they pitched a card that already blocks 2. I think we're feeling pretty confident that our opponent is out of D-reacts at this point. Earth React does get him there. God, I suck at this game. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I do remember that turn, Joshua. That was a really good time. I had fun doing that. Life has gotten a little bit harder since then. I think I've dealt 9 damage since that turn. Less inclined to play the Channeling Frigid here because he doesn't have an arsenal to activate with Crown anyway. What do I want to arsenal? I probably want to arsenal the Cold Snap, honestly. Man, my Oldhim killing chops are a little rusty. Little rusty. Tunic for the Rampart here? What? No freaking way. Well, alas, Cold Snap. That's okay. Pay 2. This is actually pretty solid for us. Because he might have put himself in a situation where he has to give me his Tunic. in order to not get a -1 on his ram's head. And that is sick. Sick. Is it too late for us, chat? Are we still in this? Might be too late for us. Liam, you sound like a seasoned Oldhim player. To my credit, I did put him at 18 life at on the second turn of the game. So maybe that makes his perspective shift a little. Are you here, bro? Did I just banish you to the Shadow Realm? You don't have that many decisions to make. Okay, great. Yup. Boink. Time to die, boy. What? What? Oh my God, we got there! Yo, so it is really important to note right there that the Frostlock we played, I think was really critical, because not only did he have to pay, he paid for Crown of Seeds right away, so he didn't have to pay an extra resource for that. But it made it so he couldn't play that Pulse of Ice and Loft after he blocked with the Rampart, which maybe he just shouldn't have blocked with the Rampart. Yeah, there was probably a better sequence for my opponent. Because, okay, so he could have taken... What was my first arrow? Oh, my first arrow was Frostlock. He wouldn't have been able to play the Blizzard if he had let the Frostlock hit. But he could have played it... He played it before it hit anyway. Yeah, there were questionable choices on my opponent's side there. I could have sent the Frostlock. He could have pitched Crown of Seeds. And then still had enough left over for the Pulse. Oh, but the Pulse would have costed 3 at that point. It was a tricky situation for him, honestly. Yeah, because Pulse would have costed 3 after Frostlock resolved. That's an important thing to note. Hey, look who left himself with a pretty good pitch stack. That also would have been a pretty nasty turn. Did I have the resources for it, though? I didn't have the resources for it. Could have been Icequake CNC for 9. Anyway, we got there in the end. Maybe not rightfully so, but, whatever. There it is. I think I got time for one more game. I really wanted to go over to John Zapata's Icelander list. Yeah, what the heck? Let's go for it. There's a chance that I will have to leave this game early, so I'm going to look for one that won't go super long. Do I have it here? I don't. Stand by. This is from my good buddy John Zapata, cohort on the Arcane Games and Events Pro team. He made this list and top 8'd at the also at the Battle Hardened in drawing a blank, in Amsterdam. So that means we had 3, count them, 3 teammates at the in the top 8 of the Battle Hardened in Amsterdam. Okay, so here's the list. Pretty similar to what you've seen before. John said he cycled in Channel the Bleak Expanse over CNC at the very last minute, and he said it was the MVP because it won him all of his Zen games. We haven't seen any Zen yet today, but it makes sense that there are a lot of them in those Living Legend brackets. Let's see if we can get an opponent in time. My wife has a telehealth appointment at 2, so I need to be on standby to watch the baby. So we may provide our opponent an early concession. Why not, though? Okay, I gotta get my... There we go. Gotta get my green screen all covered. Wow, John, you can't see it, but John has matchups for literally every hero that he could possibly see. That's hilarious. He's got an Azuri button for a Living Legend deck. I love that. This must be a ported over deck from the last time he played it in CC. That would be my guess. Big fan of John Zapata. If you guys haven't seen him on the circuit at in the AGE Open Series, he's a fantastic guy. He's been on Icelander. I'm sorry, Azalea, since Icelander has rotated out. He's my closest colleague, I would say, on the Azalea Council at the AGE Pro Team. He's a great player and a really swell guy as well. He's a blast to hang out with. Had a lot of fun with him in Minneapolis. JZP Icelander. Once again, queue seems to be taking a little bit. Let's port it back over to Strands. That's a stretch. We found Bridge. I really think that means they're like names of stretches. Goiter. Lesser known stretch. It makes sense that they don't have that here. Chair. Oh, maybe it's yoga poses. Do I have a Y on the edge? No. Oh yeah. Yoga poses. Hooray. We just cracked this wide open. Arrow? Bear. What's the C doing there? Oh, crow pose. Cobra. Warrior. Mountain. Oh, God. Do we have any yoga doers in chat? God. I love doing yoga. Gotta share it too. Gotta share it to the AGE Connections Discord. I don't know if your teams have this going, but I think it's good for morale. Good to be disengaged from flesh and blood every now and then. We have an opponent. Ooh, and it's a Zen. Holy crap. I think we want to go first here. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the Zen button. Oh my gosh, John has a matchup for everyone besides Zen. That's amazing. Okay, we're figuring this out on the fly. Hello. Thinking, please bear with me. John said Channel the Bleak Expanse is the way to go here. Hypothermia has got to be the way to go here. Yep, I'm sticking with that. 64 cards. Ice Eternal? I cannot imagine I'm resolving an Ice Eternal against a Zen. I think I want to be all in on Disruption. But I also need blue cards. Help me, John. I think I keep all the attacks. Like, that's the whole point of this list. Oh, but I brought in blues for Channel Bleak Expanse. Sinks? Honestly, I have very little experience playing these like point goblin-y decks. So I'm going to show my What does he do for Phi? That's the question. Okay, but Hypo's got to come out. Who's got to come out? Oh, he's only got 55. That's so funny. He doesn't have Wounded Bulls in there. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to go with this. Say best of luck to me. Good. This should be a game that does not last too long. Ew, stubby hammers is so gross. Hell yeah. Oh my god. So yeah, this card, heroes can't draw cards, reveal cards, or search decks from effects, is pretty freaking sick against a deck that loves to play Art of War and loves to search for cards in their deck. Already getting some good pieces into his graveyard, though, for future Bonds turns, but... Oh, yeah. Ban and Restricted doesn't apply here, so he's probably got blue Bonds in the deck. Oh, there's the blue Bonds. He's going to hold on to the red Bonds. This is great, though. So if he leads off with a Descendant Gust Wave, I am going to have, like, the perfect response here. Oh my gosh, and it costs 1 and goes perfectly with Waning Mood. My god. This is so fire. So fire. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Okay. Give me a second. I gotta wait for him to play the Bonds. Right? I'm pretty sure I do. Oh my god, I'm so excited right now. It's not even funny. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I pass. Oh, this is gonna be so dope. Yup. I say no. Oh, man. Oh, my God. That felt so good right there. What's happening for the rest of this turn? I'm going to take some damage so my Scar for Scars and stuff are turned on. Oh, look at him. He's so mad. Even the geese behind him are mad. Sorry, Red Sea. I'm sure you're a great person. I'm just having a good time. I don't think I kill the Zephyr Needle here because I'd really like to Aether Ice Vein Fuse, keep Channel the Bleak Expanse. That sounds pretty dope here. I think it is more efficient to let the needle hit. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. Aether Ice Vein Fused is a really good thing to do. What? Oh, yeah. Channel the Bleak Expanse affects me, too. Never played Icelander in my life. Zachary Wallach, shut up. Don't be mean. Ah, fork. I feel like I don't want to let this die yet. Blurg. Now I'm afraid that this is going to get stuck. Oh, man. I'm learning so many things. This is great. Never be afraid to look like an idiot, chat. Looking like an idiot is how we get better. And if you're doing it in public for like a dozen people, it's even better. He's thinking so hard about this Aether Ice Vein. I don't think he realizes it's not fused. Okay, cool. We made the right choice. Actually, do I pitch the... I know I'm being a butthead. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to Waning Moon this. Really wish I had committed it to block the Zephyr Needle. But hey, living and learning. Learning and living. Sick. I want to let this hit so I can block with this Findles, I think. So, Channel the Bleak expands, probably doing way more damage to my opponent than me there. Forced him to block with an Art of War. Block Arcane, of course, so pitching the Art of War. In the end, I would much rather not face an Art of War turn, guaranteed, than protect that, or keep the Frosting in Arsenal, you know? You know? Now we gain so much value off of that. Hoping our opponent can't do anything with these tigers here. If he's got exactly Chase the Tail, could be really bad. Blurg. Ask me this question again? When I could have already answered it correctly? How dare you? That worked out. Wounded Bull is efficient. Okay. What you got in there? Ew. This is bad. Definitely not a situation where I want to have a red in my arsenal. It's a situation where I want disruption in my arsenal. I'm going to be looking for the opportune moment to play Stonewall Gauntlet. This is worth a 2 block here. Surely no Art of War. Well, my opponent thinks through his turn. This is an opportune time, I think, to... Uzi, I don't know if he has this deck list set to public. I'm not sure if he's... I assume he's comfortable sharing it, because I told him I was going to play it on stream today. Oh. Golly. This is scary. As I was saying before, this is a good time to mention that we have a Battle Hardened hosted by yours truly, Arcane Games and Events, coming up next month. That's going to be in San Diego, August 24th and 25th. You can see the little infographic just above me. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today. Venue has very limited seating. So go to that link, www.age.events. It will be casted by myself and a bunch of the regulars over at Arcane Games and Events. We have a spoiler for Rosetta that's going to be coming out that weekend. We're super stoked about it. It's not just the Battle Hardened either. We've got the Battle Hardened on Saturday on the 24th, and then on the 25th, we've got our last Arcane Games and Events Open Series, where players can qualify for that illustrious Players Championship. But what am I dealing with here? I'm getting my ass kicked in. At some point, I think he goes and finds Salt the Wound. He's got to, right? Okay, so this is probably my time to use my Stonewall Gauntlet. Unfortunately. What do I want to do on my turn? I guess just Wounded Bowl. And get Aether Ice Vein in the arsenal. I don't even know if that's worth it. Oh, wait, but, In order to get maximum efficiency there. Oh, I can't even do that because it's not getting buffed right now. Damn. Oh, that sucks. So I should have done it on the Tiger previously. Did I know about his? I don't know if I know about it. I knew about his Chase the Tail. Shoot. I guess I'll be looking for an opportunity to prevent him from popping his Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. There's a world where he's got another Tiger combo card on the back end of this. And I'm gonna try to live in that world. I want to live in that world. So yeah, the Stonewall Gauntlet should have had 1, 2, 3, 4 value. The way I'm doing it, it's only going to have 2, maybe more value. Okay, you want to go Zephyr Needle first? That's fine. More info, please. Yeah, Joshua, that's a really good point. I'll get a little bit more value off of this gauntlet. Joshua Hunt says if they're going to get salt, then they can't break the combat chain. What do we get? This will give me some info. Another Chase the Tail. Okay, cool. I'm going to get a lot of value out of this. Yay, me. Am I going to have to block with another Aether Ice Vein just to live? This will hit for 3. 3 plus 3. Ugh. Man, Stubby Hammers is insane. Uzi, this is a disgusting turn. I completely agree. I'm just going to block chain links when I can to make this Salt the Wound hurt a little bit less. Okay. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ew, 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 ew. I know this looks dumb, but Cornet Peak is going to block for 2, despite the fact that it's only blocking for 1 because of Salt the Wound. And we're passing. Hello. This could be something with our Fair Storm Striders. Could be. Right? Maybe? Oh, I got to pitch 2 cards to do it, though. No, technically I have the Tunic. Yeah, I think now's the time. Retain blocking cards. Hope to Wounded Bowl. So my misplays this game were very early. I should have blown up that Zephyr Needle this first chance I could. That was my first time ever resolving a Channel the Bleak Expanse, so I'm going to give myself a pass there on forgetting how that interaction works with Icelander. Even though I have heard it before, people have told me about that interaction. For me, it's always a little bit different when you're actually playing the game. We did. We did. We did. Man, Stubby Hammers is one heck of a card. Oh, well. That's okay. That sure was fun, though. Icelander is really fun to play. Let's see. I'll give you a quick answer on this, Uzi, as to whether or not this deck list is public. Where is that again? Versions. How the heck do you decide? I actually don't know. Oh, info. No, not info. How the heck do you make a deck public? Anyway, if it's not, I'll talk to John Uzi and see about posting it. Maybe I'll even do a deck tech with him if people are interested. Always looking for opportunities to make my fellow teammates shine because I think they're a really great group of folks. One more thing to mention is that we had a really, really close finish on our team at Pro Tour Amsterdam. Obviously, we had a lot of success in the Living Legend Battle Hardened, but we also had our team captain, Chris Ayali, barely bubbling out of top 8. Also playing Prism, a bit of a different list than the one that Austin Summers took to U.S. Nationals at Minneapolis. So I'm hoping to talk to him as well and get some of these really stellar decks in the spotlight for you in the coming days. So thanks so much for joining me. That's going to be it for my time today. I'm going to go cover the baby so my wife can do her telehealth appointment and focus on some other adult things. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you like this time slot a little bit better. I know most people like to watch these kind of things while they're at work. Naughty, naughty, but your work's loss is my gain. I hope to see you next time. And I'm going to try to get on a more consistent, at least one day a week streaming schedule coming up. So look out for the streams to be scheduled. I hope we'll get the likes of Chris Iali and some more members of the AGE Pro team on here soon as well. Join us in August. Can't wait to see you there. And thanks again. Have a great day, everybody. Have fun playing Fab and being yourselves.